Hello everyone, this is a quick overview of the research article summary for this class. So I wanted to be sure that everybody's aware of the various assignment resources. So in the main menu in Blackboard, I think everybody's familiar already with the APA resources and the literature review resources. Please take a minute under APA resources and review the videos that show you how to set up a paper in APA, and there's another one that shows you how to set it up using your word processor for your various citations. This is really important because if you don't use your word processor and you do things what I call creative formatting, where you put in a lot of spaces or hard returns, the enter, then the Blackboard word processor or HTML code will read it and will change the formatting when you submit your paper. So be sure to work on that and just take a few minutes to review those and make sure that you're using the correct formatting in your word processor. I also want to encourage you to use the full version and not an abbreviated version in Google Docs or somewhere else, because in the past we have found that the options are not always the same. And you get the 365 through the university. The literature reviews resources, there's a folder on critiquing research articles, and you will find this annotated article in that folder. You need to download this article in order for you to view the annotations and the comments, at least from my experimenting with it. And this is what it looks like. It'll be the article itself, and then you'll either have an option where you click on a little button and it'll pop up the comment, or you will have this right-hand side comment. But you'll see here that I went through the article and I highlighted the different components that are important for you for this particular assignment and later for your literature synthesis tables, and helping you find them in a particular article and understand what you should be providing. Now at this point I want to say for the first time, I'll probably repeat this, do not cut and paste from your article for this assignment at all. There is no reason anybody for this assignment should have to take anything directly from the article other than the purpose statement. And that's okay, quotes, page number, and that. And you could put that in there. But other than that, you need to answer these things and to show that you understand the different content. So here's the paper itself. I'm sorry. It's not the paper. This is the, we use APA student paper editorial style. And what that means is we use the student paper format. So take a close look at that, because there's some differences between that and the full version of APA, and it's easier for you. Anything you include in the paper above and beyond student paper, I expect it to be correct and you will be graded on it. So for example, a running head, it's not required, but if you include it, I expect it to be done correctly. So take a minute to look at that. In the APA resources section, there is a sample student paper and other resources. I also want to make sure everybody is aware that for this class, we don't use the APA cover page. We use a course-specific cover page. Here's a little snip of it. There's a template available in Blackboard. You can see the highlighted sections are what you are going to have to fill in and change. I don't expect you to leave the highlight. This is your first page. And note that this includes an originality statement. So read that carefully because it outlines the expectations for the paper. So this is your first page, your cover page for these assignments. Look in Blackboard in the assignment area and a few other places. There is a Word template available to help you with this. So there is also a grading rubric available in Blackboard for this assignment. So I'm going to briefly go over it and show you some of the content here and explain to you what it is that I'm expecting in each area. So you will see that the cover page, course cover page, is worth 5 points. If you don't have the course cover page and the originality statement, I will not grade your paper until a new version is updated. And you'll lose a minimum of 5 points, maybe more if it makes your paper significantly late. Your APA formatted reference, this is worth 5 points. This is the research article that you shared with your group. This is the article you're going to use. If you change your mind about that, you need to get approval. And at this point, since we're already on Monday and I've gone over them with detail, I would like to encourage everyone to use that research article for this assignment. You're going to have your research question, your hypotheses, and your aims. Now note, that's worth 10 points. That's 10% of your paper. So look really closely to see what is the actual purpose of this paper. Why are they doing it? What are the goals? If you're not sure what these things mean, look them up in your book, look them up in other places so you understand what it is you're looking for, and be very clear and specific about this. I also want to say that the content areas here on the left should be, well, not cover page, but all the others should be headings in your paper. So it's very clear to me. It's going to say APA formatted reference, either at the top or at the very end. Either one is fine. And below that is going to be your reference. Research question, hypothesis, aims is going to be an APA formatted heading. And right below that, you're going to present this information. In this particular case, I would recommend that you expand. It's worth 10 points. So you're going to put this here, and you may want to expand upon it to say why you think this is the particular author's, the author of the study, this is their aims. This helps me a lot when I'm giving feedback. You're going to have a heading that says type of study. Now, qualitative, quantitative, mixed methods. They're all research studies, and consequently, they're going to fall into different categories. When you select one of these, you need to explain why you think it falls into that category. And this is where your book will help. There's a variety of other resources that will help you with this. Because if you say qualitative, then why are you saying it's a qualitative article? If you're saying it's mixed methods, which means there's qualitative and quantitative, then you need to be sure that you include information on why you're saying that. Once again, this will help me a lot as I'm grading to make sure everybody understands as we move forward. Methodology. Here you could do methodology and then do subheadings, but I want these particular 4 items that are worth 5 points each separated and very clearly provided. So a population of the study might be all patients in a medical surgical unit in a particular hospital. You're going to have to look at your study to determine what population they were targeting. The sample, who participated in the study, who did they select? The setting, was this done in particular units? What type of units were they? And were there multiple units? Here you're going to have to look really closely, and if you're not sure, go back to your book and look more at what setting means, what sample means, what population means. Data collection method. This means that you're looking to see, did they do a survey? Did they collect data in person? Did they use some existing electronic records? How did they collect the data, in what method? And in this particular case, if you have a retrospective study, which means they're using existing data, you can mention that here, because then I'll know that you understand that they're using existing data, not data they collected for a particular for a particular study. Analysis. Now this is super important. We all did that quick statistics review. You've all had a statistics class. So I want to know the statistical tests. I don't want to know the results. I don't want to see p-values. I don't want to see any kind of findings. Here is where you say what tests they used. So if you say it's a correlation study, what kind of tests did they do and what are they measuring? If they did a chi-square, what does a chi-square test measure? And how would you interpret the outcomes based on the statistical tests they used? This is a very important thing for you to understand, because for evidence-based practice, you need to know how confident you can be in the study itself, and that starts with valid statistical rigor. Results. Here you're going to give an outline of the results as they pertain to your group topic. Now, it's 10 points also. The paper overall is limited to 2. I don't expect this to be, to write a lot here. You can be very concise, but if you're looking at a particular thing in a particular setting, where does this article address that, and what kind of results do they have? So, depending on your topic and the article, this will vary, and you need to really think about it, and not just any old results, but the results that apply to your group topic and to the overall purpose of the study, which hopefully are going to match. Conclusions. This is like once they present the results and what they found, the conclusions are where the authors compare what they found to the literature and what is known. So this is a really good one to read in detail, and once again, look very closely for conclusions that will inform your particular group topic as you move forward. Look for things that are pertinent, and you can put in here somewhere, you can put your group topic is XXX, and the findings are, these particular findings match because of, and you give some rationale. This helps me a lot, once again, as I'm grading. Implications for future research. So all research is going to leave some questions, some place where you're going to go in the future. So look at the article itself and what they may say, but then think of it once again within the framework of your article. The article, but also the topic you're assigned as a group. Implication for practice. This is the what is, why does it matter? So what kind of thing. What does this study add that can be added to practice? And that's where we're talking about the evidence-based component of the research, where we're taking research and the research has to be able to be translated into practice. And then you need to submit, in addition to your paper, which will be a Word document, no PDFs, Word document, include a PDF copy of your article. That way I have the article right there as I'm looking at your review, and I can look at it closer, and I can make sure that it makes sense. So what do you hand in? So you're going to hand in a PDF copy of the article. You're going to do this, the summary of research, or your article on your article. You're going to use the grading rubric to format your paper. It's a maximum of 2 pages, not including the cover page, the required cover page. So altogether would be 3. Student APA editorial style. So if you have questions, please post them in the FAQ area. I know I went very quickly with this, but I wanted to make sure everybody had an overview and understood what the assignment is. Because what we're doing here is we're looking for research, we're finding research articles, and then right now you're just summarizing one. This is not a review of the article, you're summarizing it. As we move forward, you will be doing literature review tables, you'll be doing an individual mini literature review that you may include this article, but you'll be including 3 articles, and then the poster for the group. Now, I also want to encourage everyone that this paper is your individual work, but meeting with your group and discussing the articles and discussing all of this that you're putting in here is perfectly acceptable and actually really encouraged, because the overall overreaching topic, and then as you discuss your articles, you'll find that people will interpret and help you with this. So this is something that your final paper is your independent work, but I really hope that you meet with your group and that groups look together and you look at all of these particular components, because you then will learn about the other articles as you move forward. You'll learn about the other articles that you may want to use later for your review or may end up in the poster. So I hope this helps everybody, and please don't hesitate to ask questions. Please post in the FAQ area the general questions for the assignment, and I will be available. I do not think that I'm going to be available on Sunday for questions, but at that point, you should really be refining your paper. You should be working on it. writing it up. You can exchange it with members of your research team. You can get feedback. You can go to the writing center. There's any number of things you could do to make sure you hand in the best possible paper, because this is a one-shot. This isn't we get to redo it later because we've got to move forward too quickly. But I will give you feedback on it, but try to do the best you can now so that you can then build on what you've done. Once again, thank you everyone for all your hard work this semester, and please don't hesitate to let me know if I can help you in any way. Thank you.